Tonight, the News 4 I-Team goes undercover inside the world of cigarette smuggling. It is a crime so profitable that many drug dealers are now turning to that. You might think it doesn't affect you, but you'd be wrong with that. The I-Team's Scott McFarlane went on the tobacco trail to show how agents are working to stop smugglers.
It's a crime that happens in plain sight, low risk, high payoff.
It's more profitable than heroin.
Smuggled cigarettes sold inside stores up and down the East Coast.
We know they came from Virginia.
The News 4 I-Team taking you undercover inside a black market on the rise and originating right here in our area, and it costs taxpayers millions.
Are you guys en route?
Paul Carey is at the center of the battle against cigarette smuggling.
Got him pulled over in his neighborhood.
He's chief of enforcement with the Northern Virginia Cigarette Tax Board. On this morning, in a quiet Fairfax neighborhood, our cameras rolling during a takedown, months in the making.
We've seen him load the product up from his home. $300,000 worth of product he sent out. 24 separate shipments of Virginia cigarettes sent overseas where they're sold for a premium. Agents find 549 more cartons in this man's van, even more inside his home, charging him with a felony. Well, this is one of the first cases where we've worked where it's being shipped out of the United States.
Until now, Carey says most of the cigarettes ended up at mom and pop shops in other states. Virginia's low cigarette tax, 30 cents per pack, enticing smugglers with big profits by selling to stores in cities with much higher rates, like D.C. and New York.
Can you get some Newport 100s?
The News 4 I-Team easily found D.C. retailers selling cigarettes with Virginia tax stamps, meaning they weren't paying D.C.'s tax.
It impacts everyone who lives in the district.
Bedell Terry with D.C.'s Office of Tax and Revenue sends inspectors out each week, almost always finding violators. The number of confiscated cigarettes increasing from 335 packs in 2011 to more than 3,600 in 2012.
We seize them, and the fine is 500 times the retail value, or $5,000, whatever is larger.
Another trap door.
Some D.C. retailers doing whatever it takes to hide the contraband in hidden compartments or shelves to avoid fines.
Same for me, Newport.
The News 4 I-Team found the problem is even worse further up the I-95 corridor in New York City, where an estimated 60% of sales involve smuggled cigarettes.
The CEO 100.
We were able to buy cigarettes from Virginia around the city, from Brooklyn to the Bronx.
About 49% of the stores in New York City are selling inappropriately tacked cigarettes.
New York City Sheriff Edgar Dominich has spent the last 2 years cracking down on smuggling, now so profitable it's attracting organized criminals and even terrorist groups.
This here is our evidence room where we've taken in our contraband. This constitutes about 6 months of retail inspection.
His office so far issuing more than $1.5 million in fines.
A lot of our cigarettes presently that we're seizing have a Virginia tax stamp on them.
He's hoping new legislation will give his department authority to go even further, actually closing down repeat offenders for up to 60 days.
We're going to take away the money that you're making.
To cut off this tobacco trail before the smuggling even begins.
That Fairfax man found guilty of transporting untaxed cigarettes heads to court next month to still face a felony charge for intent to distribute. Our investigation on the tobacco trail continues tomorrow at 6, showing why some say new laws might actually be contributing to the black market. Scott McFarlane, News 4 I-Team.